Let's wait a few minutes for anyone else to join us, and then I will also click the page. All right. Just going to post one last thing on the. We are live.
Put this.
Okay.
Do you hear now?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay, so we have a viewer. So whoever you are, viewer, there should be something called Q&A, and you could submit questions. We have two viewers. All right. We have three viewers. So I'm going to wait just a minute or two. Oh, now we're down to two viewers. And the Facebook event, I posted both links, the link to come directly here into the chat room, as well as YouTube. So we'll figure that out in future episodes, I guess you call it. So those who are watching via YouTube, there should be something called Q&A, and you could submit questions. So just to let you know, I've started this hangout with some folks I met while I was in Minneapolis teaching a sky meditation course, and we decided it'd be nice to have twice a month online meditation sessions that would be open to anybody and anywhere. So I actually have a friend in Australia who has said he's going to come, but I don't think he is because of the time difference. And I have a friend in India who said he was going to be here, but we'll see because it's 6:30 a.m. in India. So I don't think he's an early riser. So let me start with you guys in Minneapolis. How have you been since our last session?
Good, good.
Pretty good. It's getting cold.
It's getting cold.
We have lots of snow. But
we're doing well. It was, you know, the holidays and everything, so there's some distraction. But I've done some meditating, and it was really nice to have learned that breathing thing you told us to, you know, just quickly relax the mind during the hectic period.
Okay, good. So, and have you been able to kind of make this more regular, like as a daily kind of routine to do
Yeah.
this?
Not quite daily, but almost daily. I'm
good.
hoping now that the holidays are behind us to, you know, to get daily.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, there's some people viewing on the YouTube feed. So there's a Q&A. It should show it. And please, if you have any questions up front, then you can ask them. So there are different ways of approaching meditation. There are lots of different traditions around meditation, and they all have a different approach, and they're all good. The kind of meditation that I practice and the kind of meditation that I teach comes from a tradition where meditation is about resting the mind. It's about mind being in the present moment and mind that is full of awareness. So awareness, being present, and a mind at rest. And they're not contradictory. Um, so the practices and knowledge of meditation help us to be in this state. So rest for the mind. Of course, in ancient times, people didn't meditate for stress, which a lot of people come seek out meditation because of dealing with stress or agitated mind. Often people would meditate to explore who they are, to go beyond the thinking mind. So normally, when we think of ourselves, we think of our body. We identify with the body, whether it's male or female, color, and then everything that goes with the body, language, culture, everything else. Or we identify with the thoughts and the feelings. Like some people will say, oh, I'm an angry person, or I'm this kind of person. Or I think these thoughts. I'm a planner, I'm a worrier. And all these things, all these different aspects of who we are, or that we think that's us, these all fall under the realm of changing, or the relative. So the body is changing all the time. If any of you have any medical background, you'll know things like, every 2 weeks, your blood changes. You have new blood. Every so many weeks, the intestines, the lining of the wall, that changes. Bone is changing. So we are literally not the same person day to day. But we have the sense that the body is static. Then when we look at the thoughts and the feelings, we think that they are permanent, but of course they're not. Thoughts are coming and going all the time. Even if you think you're an angry person, you're not angry 24/7. Right? There'll be times when you're angry or you get angry very quickly, but we are not angry all the time. So the thoughts, the feelings, even your dreams, even your goals are changing. When we were 15, we had different dreams and hopes, right? Than when we do when we're 30 or when we're 50. So there's a lot about ourselves that's changing all the time. And meditation, in this tradition of meditation, is saying, okay, let's go beyond the changing parts of who we are. Let's go beyond the thinking mind. Let's see if there's something more to us than just what we observe in the changing world. Let's explore a different aspect of our mind or our consciousness. So many ancient sages, they would go into deep meditation and then they would discover, oh, there's a whole new realm of mind, of consciousness in this other state. So they came to a place that's, you could call it the source of thoughts, or you could call it the observer, the one who observes. In the relative world, our mind is the experiencer. We experience thoughts, we experience feelings, we experience the analysis, the intellect that analyzes everything. There's a lot of things that we experience the world through the senses. We taste things, we touch things, we see things. But there's something in us that is not the experience, but observes the experience. So there's the experiencer, and then there's the observer. And they're not the same. The observer is not the experience. Like, you're feeling angry, so the mind is experiencing anger, But there's a part of you that's saying, oh, I'm really angry. But that observation is devoid of the anger. Does this make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So in meditation, we are coming to the observer. And the beautiful thing is the observer is never affected by any experience or event. Events are part of the relative world. The observer is part of this, you can call it the absolute. So we're transcending the relative and going to this, you call this kind of like the difference between Newtonian physics and quantum physics. So in meditation, we're getting into that quantum level of reality. So, if you have any questions so far, people on YouTube, you should be able to post questions. And if not, I am sorry. I don't know if there's a way of typing something out. I was supposed to do a showcase and show things, but I can't. Let me do something real quick. I was gonna try and post my email, but it won't let me do it. So hopefully you'll figure it out. But there's a Q&A, and you can post questions in Q&A. So back to this relative and absolute. So in meditation, we're coming to a part of ourselves that already exists. The observer is always there. In fact, you can say the observer is the default state of the mind. But as soon as our eyes are open, we get really entangled by all the scenery. And you may have noticed that just by closing your eyes and keeping the eyes closed, the mind seems to calm down just maybe a little bit just with eyes closed. So let's just try that. Do that for just a minute. Just everyone close the eyes. And just notice how the mind is with eyes closed. You can become aware of the mind that's behind the eyes. Someone's on viewer. So observe the mind behind the eyes. And slowly open the eyes. Do you notice a difference between eyes open and eyes closed?
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the difference? In your own words.
I feel like all the senses come up first. Like I can hear more. But in general, the mind gets more quiet for sure.
Yeah. So as soon as the eyes are open, the ears are already open, but as soon as the senses are active, the mind goes outward. And as soon as the mind goes outward, we tend to lose sight of that part of ourselves that just observes. I'm going to mute Johan. Okay. Settled in there. So yeah, so we tend to lose sight of the observer, and then mind goes outward. And meditation is that journey of mind going back to itself, back to the source. With eyes open, then that's when we start analyzing or regretting or dreaming or wishing. And with eyes closed, the mind is able to settle down maybe a little more, not too much. So meditation is this inward journey. We're going, in a sense, away from the senses and back to the subtler aspects of mind. Now, what's important is that this journey is effortless. Effort is the rule of the body. Like, I would say I'm like 15 pounds overweight. That I feel I'm overweight. I feel like I'm 15, 20 pounds overweight. So for me to lose that weight, I have to make effort. Either I have to exercise or make the effort not to eat so much. And I'm here with my parents in Florida, so so let's go out for Chinese food and let's go out for this food. I have to make effort. If I want to get stronger, I have to make effort. So effort is law of the body. But what's interesting is that the mind, it really operates on the opposite, which is without effort. And the classic example is sleep. If you have a really important presentation or something to do, and you want to get a good night's sleep, you're all excited to sleep. And then the mind is racing, and then you say, okay, I want to sleep now. And then what do? We somehow attempt to force ourselves to go to sleep. Like, okay, sleep now. Okay, you look at the clock. All right, if I sleep now, I'll get 6 hours of sleep. But this doesn't really work, does it?
No.
Yeah. Getting messages from the great beyond. So telling yourselves to go to sleep doesn't work. Trying to remember something, this is also a good example, right? You've forgotten something, like you forgot where your keys were or whatever it is. And the more you force yourself to remember, the more distant or more difficult it is to retrieve the memory. Have you had that experience?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. And then liking something. Immediately we either like something
Is that a train?
Is that you guys?
No, was that a train or something? I think it might have been a train.
Who knows? So when it comes to sleep, memory, and all these things, in fact, knowledge of sleep is a good knowledge about meditation. So what actually happens in sleep? What do you do in sleep?
Your body, they say your body becomes paralyzed.
So I'm saying no.
Your body rests.
Your body rests. But in the process of falling asleep,
You just relax.
you just let go.
Yeah. You let go.
So as you're drifting off to sleep, it's a process of letting go. You let go of the body, you let go of your thoughts, you even let go of your identity. In sleep, you actually disappear, right? Because you have no awareness in sleep. Dreaming is different. You have some awareness in dreaming, but in sleep, there's no awareness. You're completely gone, dissolved. And so meditation is really the same process, except that we keep some awareness with us. So we let go, and as we start to let go, there is rest, and we keep some awareness with us. Okay. Does this make sense so far?
Yes.
Okay. Now, it's one thing to say it's effortless. It's another thing to actually like how does that actually happen? How can I be effortless in this process? So one tool is the breath. The breath is great because one, it's always in the present moment. So that was one of the aspects of meditation is mind in the present moment. And actually your breath is letting us let go every time we exhale. What do we let go of? Essentially stress. Every time we breathe out, we're letting go of some kind of stress, carbon dioxide, the byproducts of metabolism. So outgoing breath is a great way of letting go. And of course, you can't just breathe out, you have to breathe in. So in breathing in, obviously we're bringing in oxygen, so we're energizing, and then as we breathe out, we're letting go. So I'm going to review this alternate nostril breathing. It's a great way of letting go and bringing the mind into a more meditative space. All right, so we'll talk through this, and then we'll do it together for a little bit. So your left hand is just going to be open in your lap, the palm facing the ceiling or the sky. And hopefully you'll all be able to see this. So you take the first two fingers of the right hand and you put it right in between your eyes. Your thumb is resting on the outside of your right nostril, and your ring finger, maybe pinky, will be on the outside of the left. So just like this. And what we'll do is we're going to breathe in through both nostrils first. Close the right nostril, open the left, and breathe out. Now breathe back in through the left. Close the left, open the right, and breathe out. Breathe back in through the right. Close the right, open the left, and breathe out. So that's one round. So there's two things that are important, and we'll review it again. First is we're not forcing the breath. However you're breathing, you breathe naturally and normally. And when we're breathing normally, our tendency is that there's a pause between inhalation and exhalation. So if you just observe yourself now, you'll breathe in. There'll be a pause before you breathe out. So we keep that in alternate nostril breathing. We're not forcing the breath to behave in any other way than it already is. So it's not this. It's not That's not how we do it. Other people do it that way, but not for this purpose. We don't do it that way. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute everybody so it's nice and quiet. See if I can do this. Okay. I'm getting text messages while I'm doing this. Okay. So we're going to do a few minutes of this alternate nostril breathing. And when we do it this time, our eyes will be closed. So left hand open in our lap. Again, we'll take the first two fingers of the right hand. We put them in between the eyes. Thumb resting on the outside, the right nostril. Ring finger on the outside of the left nostril. We're sitting nice and tall. Eyes are closed. Let's take a breath in through both nostrils. And breathe out through the left. Breathe back in through the left. And out through the right. In through the right. And out through the left. And let's continue with this pattern on our own. And the next time you breathe out through the left nostril, keep your eyes closed and just bring your other hand into your lap, the palm facing the ceiling. And just be with whatever is happening. We'll go right into a guided meditation. In this meditation, you'll hear some instruction, and you'll make no effort to follow the instruction. Just let it happen. And if something other than the instruction happens, that's okay too. Our only job is to be a witness to what's happening. Let's take a deep breath in and let go. Again, take a deep breath in and slowly let go. Become aware of all the sounds around you. Noises in the room, the sound of your own breath or heartbeat. Accept all the noises. Be in harmony with your environment. Take a deep breath in and let go. As you breathe out, relax more and more. Become aware of your physical body. The body is a beautiful gift given to you by nature in love. Love your body very dearly. Become aware of your feet, legs, genitals, stomach, chest, throat, shoulders, arms, face, head, become aware of the whole body. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, let go all your effort. Become aware of your thoughts. Good thoughts or bad thoughts. Be in harmony with them. Do not resist the thoughts. Let them come. Now you are in harmony with your thoughts. Let's take a deep breath in and let go. Become aware of your feelings, pleasant or unpleasant. Accept the feelings as they are. You are peace and joy. Become aware of your feelings. Become aware of your thoughts. Become aware of sensations in the body. And become aware of your surroundings. Let's take a deep breath in and let go. Gradually and slowly, at your own pace, you may open the eyes. Now, I think I muted some of you, so I believe you can unmute yourself. Yes. And some of you are watching you saw the link on Facebook. Some of you saw the link, the meetup group. So if you have questions or comments, you can just post there. I'll just quickly look at them. More. See if I can get more back. So how was that?
That was great.
Good.
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 Hi.
Awesome. Let's see. I'm going to check my phone for any comments or anything from Meetup.
That's birds.
It's probably not us.
So, share your experience.
I was having pain in my legs, so it was hard. It was a hard meditation because I.
Share your experience.
I was having pain in my legs, so it was hard.
Yeah.
It was a hard meditation. I was having pain in my.
Getting like
reverb.
Repeat. We're gonna hear that over and over.
I don't know. I don't know where that's coming from.
Weird. I only said it once.
Not weird. Okay.
I just feel more fresh. It's early morning here.
Oh yeah, it's early.
Early morning.
All my sleep is gone.
Oh, good. I feel very rested. I actually had a very good, calm, deep meditation.
Good.
How long we did it?
Maybe 15 minutes or so. Okay. I'm just playing with a few things on this. I have to get used to the technology. I'm trying to share. We have a Facebook page called Effortless Meditation.
Mm-hmm.
So when I do these hangouts, I'll post them there. We also have a meetup group with the same name, Effortless Meditation. So they'll always be posted if you like the little session. What I really like is when people have questions, especially if they're meditating and they're looking for some insight or just some questions around meditation. It's always nice to answer those because it helps give people another understanding of meditation. Because I've been teaching meditation for 10 years, and this is what I've noticed, is that often people have these notions that meditation is, oh, I can't meditate unless my mind is calm. That sort of like defeats the purpose. That's why you meditate. So the mind can become calm. But if you say, oh, the requirement for meditation is a calm mind, then no one will meditate because calm people will be like, oh, I'm calm already. I don't need to meditate. So meditation's not about controlling the mind. It's not about doing something with the thoughts. This is all under the realm of effort. Meditation in this sense is about letting go and developing the skill of being with what is. So if you sit for meditation, and pain is a really difficult one to get through.
Mm-hmm.
But even in pain, can I just, as much as I can I be with that sensation without rejecting it?
Yeah.
Can I just sort of be with it as an experience versus rejecting it or analyzing it or doing something about it?
Mm-hmm.
Just letting it be. And you'll see that with observation, that sensation will change.
Yeah.
Its intensity will vary. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, this is painful. I can't, obviously there'll be a point where it's just too painful.
Yeah.
But many people were just not used to dealing with our own thoughts and feelings. We always want to do something about it. That effort creeps back in. And the more we do something about our thoughts and feelings, we tend to make things worse rather than better. But if we could just pause and just be with it for first before we do something, often you'll see that that feeling actually goes away rather quickly, or those thoughts go away rather quickly. So the other way of doing this is something I told Julie and Juliana, is you just say this phrase, so what?
Mm.
Whatever is happening to you, if the mind is all whatever, the feelings are all messed up, you just say, so what? When you say, so what, it allows you to just be with it. Have you guys been doing that? Have you been doing so what technique?
Yeah.
And
I'll try that today.
you tried today. Was it helping?
I,
I think it was helping. It was interesting um, out in life, sometimes on certain times I kind of felt a little callous when it was about other people.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing more like, so what can I do about it? If it's about myself, then it really works, So what, let go,
Yeah,
and I can let go.
good.
It's always good. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, when we use it about other people, like if someone is doing something or whatever, and you say, so what, it can at first seem like, oh, that's kind of callous to say, so what? But it gives your mind a chance to just, okay, so they're mad. Okay, so what?
Mm-hmm.
It just gives you that little break before you go into some action.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Like one thing I've noticed over time is that there are people in every family, there's always a person like this. They're the peacemaker. They're the ones that make everyone okay. But sometimes they do it not because they're interested in peace, but because they're averse to conflict.
Mm-hmm.
So they lack this ability to say so what to the conflict. But by them making peace, they are not making themselves really peaceful or strong in the long term because that aversion to conflict will still be there.
Mm-hmm.
So can the conflict be there just a little bit in the family? So what's going to happen? Nothing's going to happen if people fight here and there, right? Anyway, it's bound to happen. There's going to be misunderstandings. People will say the wrong thing here and there. It's all okay. So what?
Mm-hmm.
Then what's really important? Our ability to say so what allows us to be connected to what we think is really important. And if we feel that something is really important, then yeah, of course, act on it. But often we're not acting on what's really important in our life. We're acting on just the biggest impression in the mind. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you have a big impression that you like something or don't like something, that's what we act on. It's not that it's really important to us, but that's what's in the mind at that point. The little things pop into the mind, and then we rush after them, or we try to push them away. So meditation is about having more freedom to really act with awareness, but act with wisdom. Is this what I really want? It gives us that ability to have a portion of our mind observing what's happening rather than being sucked into it, rather than getting lost in it. So in a sense, it's the ultimate form of empowerment, because then we have that ability to act and speak and be according to our own values, what we actually value, versus just some fleeting thoughts and whatnot that are hovering in the mind. Then we actually start living a life that has integrity, that's based on something, long lasting. Not from the fleeting, oh, I like this, oh, this person said this to me, oh, does this make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So meditation is not just about relieving stress, which is very nice. No one likes having stress. But I would say more so, meditation is about having more freedom and having more integrity in life. And when we have integrity, then we can really make a difference to what's happening around us. Then we have real power to impact people in a positive way, in a more long-lasting way. So this is why I teach meditation. It's not just so people get relief. It's the hope that when people learn to meditate in this fashion, that they will become like lamps. They will start to shine, and they will affect the people around them. And more people in different places in the world, if we can get people to meditate, then we have that force to counteract all the ignorance in the world. And violence just comes out of ignorance. All right.
Right.
Time is almost up. So I don't know if you got my message. I think we did, right? We talked about Wednesdays being a little better for me.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep.
So the next online meditation will be on January 20th. So I like to do like twice a month for meditations. And I might do once or twice a month an online discussion about philosophy connected with meditation. Something that's a little more directed in terms of a conversation. So I might do a series on what I call the philosophy of yoga, or philosophy of yoga and meditation. Something like that.
Sounds good.
And I'll put everything on Facebook. So if you haven't done, go find Effortless Meditation, the Facebook page, and like it, and make sure you get updates.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll make these all events from that. You get any? Oh, that was Norm. Yeah, Norm asked if I got any questions, and it doesn't look like it, so I have to figure out this Q&A thing.
Mm-hmm.
We actually had enough viewers that we could have fit everyone in the chat box, in the chat area. So I think what I'll do is make it public, or I'll invite everyone here. But public means everyone can just join in. So just get on a little early. I'll start it early.
Okay.
Hop on, and we'll see if that works. So I'm also
Sounds good.
learning the technology myself. so we'll figure it out.
Yeah. I am going to
She'll-
be in Italy on the 20th.
Okay,
So if I have good internet, I'll join. But it's
it'll be
iffy.
too late for you. It'll
And
be
it'll
like midnight or.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 o'clock in the morning. Actually.
Yeah, that's
it would be
true.
2 o'clock in. But if I'm jet lagged, I might be awake. But I don't know if I have good internet. I'll see what
Okay.
happens.
But I
Yeah,
might
you
do
won't be,
something
yeah.
on the 27th as well.
Okay.
I might do like a philosophy, philosophy of meditation or something like that.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, awesome.
Well,
So
All right, thank you.
we'll see you on the 20th.
all
Sounds
right.
good. I'll be there.
All
Bye,
right.
everybody.
Bye.
care.
Bye, everyone. Bye,
you.
Norm.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye,
Bye.
Johan.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye.
Goodbye, good morning,
Bye.
and good night.
Good morning.
All right, take care.
All right. Yep. Bye.